my best friend. That's my best friend.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dave Mo Flips. Hey, man. You know, I always forget to say this. Do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, man. Ring the bell. If you like the content that I'm bringing you, and I always bring it to you real, I'm not going to candy coat shit. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm making it my personal mission now to create a team of people. I want you to be one of them. I want us all to make money. If you still have the old ways of thinking about money, let's get changing. If you know secrets about money, drop it in the comment. Let's start a Facebook page. Let's build wealth together. Okay? I want us all to be wealthy. I want us all to live our dreams. I'm being as sincere as I possibly can. No bullshit, no candy coating, no nothing. Hit that subscribe button and let's talk about it. All right? But this video is a question I get asked a lot. And it's, what car should I buy? You know, what cars sell? What cars sell the fastest? Well, in short, you should buy them all. But that's not really an answer. So here's your answer. Know your demographics. Know where you are. Know what sells where you are. If you're in Texas, I'm going to say sell trucks. Right? Because everyone in Texas that I see has a truck. So, sell trucks. Oh, your answer might be, oh, well, if everyone's selling trucks, why do I want to sell trucks? Sell the nicest trucks. Pick a niche out that works for you and sell those trucks. Have a lot of other cars sprinkled in, but sell trucks. Understand your dollar amount, because this comes into play. If you're like me and you're selling dollar menu cars, then it doesn't matter what you're selling, because you're selling based on price, okay? Because the person looking to buy the dollar menu car just needs the car to get back and forth to work, to school, take care of the children, do whatever. They're not necessarily looking for anything incredibly fancy. Some of them are, you know, some of them want a $20,000 car for $3,000, but you know, that's your job to bring them back to reality. So if you're going to be selling dollar menu cars, don't look at the car as much. I mean, look at the car for reliability and stuff like that, but don't look at the car as what it is, the brand. Okay, look at what you can sell it for. So I've built a business selling dollar menu cars. I don't care what I buy as long as I can sell it for under $3,500. Sure, there's a few more expensive cars sprinkled in there, but the majority of my cars can be sold for $3,500 or less. In this area, in this market, when you're selling those cars, they sell every day. That's the truth. Is it fun? It's not fun. I recently bought a couple nice cars, and I could tell you this, I was getting made fun of by my people because they were like, oh, you like driving those nicer cars? I do. Everyone does, okay? But the business I built was built on dollar menu cars, okay? And that's just what it is. My brother, my brother sells cars. He sells cars in the 20s. You know, he'll make $5,000 a car. The truth of the matter is, he has worked himself up to his position where he has very nice cars, and he only has 10 cars at any given time. You know, but it's probably $200,000, $250,000 retail value. He probably spent about $150,000, $200,000 on them. But he worked up to that level. And now he sells 3 cars a month. It's not a lot of cars, right? But if you're making $5,000 a car, you're making $15,000 a month. So, excuse me, in his game, where he is, he has to buy the nicest example of a car. He doesn't offer financing, all right? He just does what he does. But he has the nicest example. And he loves the fact that he can go into any one of his cars and drive anywhere and have a beautiful vehicle. There's nothing wrong with that. So you need to understand who you're selling to. The more expensive the vehicle, the more likely that your potential buyer has more options. right? Because they either have cash or they have credit. With those two things, they can go anywhere and basically get approved. I can walk into Mercedes and drive out with a G-Wagon. I can go to Volvo and drive out with an S90, right? Because my credit has given me that ability. So when someone's trying to sell me a vehicle, they need to know that I can go anywhere. Now, the person who's buying the station car, the cash car, it's very difficult to find a car that's reliable with air conditioning and looks good for under $3,500. Their options are very limited to what you have. A lot of people, a lot of dealers don't like to sell those cars because they're not flashy. Typically, the person looking to buy that dollar menu car wants too much, as where my brother's customers will overlook a scratch on the door. The person with the 3,500, they're kind of like, oh, but look at this. You know, it's crazy because you would think it would be the opposite, but it's not. So with that being said, know who you're going to sell to, okay? So anyone out there that's telling you buy this type of car, they can't do that because they don't know where you are. They don't know your clientele. They don't know anything like that. I don't know that about you. That's why I'm telling you how to make the decision for you, okay? You start to know what goes wrong with cars. For instance, Nissan. I'm always beating up on Nissan, but I think they're easy. Their transmissions are garbage, right? So, excuse me. So when you're looking at a Nissan, make sure the transmission works, right? So I tend to stay away from Nissan just because of how likely that it is to have a bad transmission. So I stay away from them. I happen to like GMC products, Chevys. You know, I do like those, but because I'm a dollar menu guy, I'll buy anything. I buy it based on price. Okay. Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, all the big ones that you're like, oh, I'm going to make so much money selling these cars. What I've come to find out is that's not true, because like your train of thought, everyone has that train of thought. And when it comes to the buy here, pay here mentality, you have two main ones. One is, I'm going to buy here, pay here cars, Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, etc., that are known for reliability, and I'm going to have these payments for 2 to 3 years, and these, you know, I'm going to make a lot of money in the long run. So when you have that buyer bidding against you, it's difficult if you're not of the same mindset. Then you have the other person who's like you, and is like, hey, I'm going to buy every fucking Honda and I'm willing to make 200 to 300 on the car because I'm just going to sell so many of them. So it's very hard to make good money on those cars. So the way I look at it is equity. Okay. So if you buy a car for this price and you could sell it for this price, the equity is what's in between, right? The profit margin. That's what's in between. You only have that much money to fuck up. Okay, so when you buy the car and it needs tires, your profit just got a little bit tighter. Now it needed, a full detail. It just got a little bit tighter, and it continues to get tighter. So when I'm buying cars for myself personally, for my dollar menu cars, I like to have the most equity in there. So this way, if something goes wrong, I have a lot of cushion. I have a lot of leeway for repairs and stuff along those lines. Okay, so that's my advice when it comes to what kind of cars you should buy. In my opinion, if someone said to me, what car would I buy in any state? In any state, I would buy 2 cars. 2. And I would always tell you this. Any pickup truck. That's what I would buy. Nice, ugly, it doesn't matter. If it's a pickup truck, I'm going to buy it. I'm not talking about Avalanches, definitely not Ridgelines, not anything like that, not the Sport Tracks. I'm talking about real deal 1500, Chevy 1500 and 2500 series pickup trucks, Ford F-Series pickup trucks. Something's in my throat, I apologize, guys. That's what I would buy. That's my number 1 pick. My number 2 pick is going to be any Econo van. Oh, well, let's go with any van. And now when I say that, I want to include Astro vans and Transits into that. And, Econo vans and the Chevy 1500 Express vans, all those type of vans. I'm definitely not talking about minivans, okay? Minivans do serve a purpose in this category, but it's not very big. If you can find a beat up minivan that's missing the back seats and stuff like that, or take them out, yes, I would include it. I tend to not buy minivans. When I say minivans, I don't know, you know what I'm talking about, like the soccer mom vans. I would not, I tend not to buy them because what I find is that, and again, ladies, I'm not saying this in a negative way, it's very difficult to have a woman come and look at a vehicle, especially a minivan. They expect a lot. They want a lot. And it's very difficult unless you have a very clean one. I've had no problem selling ultra clean Honda Odysseys. I've had no problem selling that minivan, even with, you know, bad transmissions, because they're notorious for that. But if you get a good deal on one, I've never had a problem selling them because, you know, the mothers that buy those things, they're easy to be cleaned. And if they're super clean, there's nothing to complain about. But if you don't have a super clean one, I wouldn't even go for it. Like, honestly. And back to my two picks, the pickup trucks and any type of van. Why did I pick those? I'm sure you guys already know. It's for the working person. No matter if you're in Tampa, Florida, New York, Seattle, Ohio, it don't matter where you are. There's always going to be people working, okay? So that's why I picked those two. And I believe you could make a business just selling those two types of vehicles, work trucks, work vehicles. The working man always needs a vehicle to go back and forth to work. Whether they're a mobile mechanic, a painter, a framer, construction, you name it, they need that. And those vehicles fit the bill. How many times have you seen a contractor show up with all their tools in the back of a Honda Accord? If you ask that same individual, hey, you know, you can have this pickup truck over here, they're going to probably keep their Accord for something nice and buy the pickup truck for work. Because you can do more. You can haul lumber. You can haul trash. You can always make money with those cars. So my advice to you is if you're looking for someone to tell you what to buy, that's what I would buy. And that's the reason why I would buy it. Anyone else telling you what to buy, I would take it with a grain of salt. I think if you're going to be selling cars, the first thing you need to know is what your customer wants. Your customer is the only person that's going to tell you what to buy. You know, when you start buying these cars and you see what's selling and what sells in your area, that's when you know. You know, unless you're dollar menu. If you're a dollar menu like me, buy anything. Don't even buy what it is. Just buy based on the amount of money you're going to spend on it and what you can sell it for. Okay? Like, that's all that's going to matter. Because that customer really is very limited to what is out there. Anyways, guys, I hope this kind of helped you. I don't know if it did. I hope it did, you know, because I get this question a lot, you know, like, what should I buy? And, you know, I can't tell you what to buy. I could tell you, like I said, if it was me and I only had to buy two cars for the rest of my life, the two types of vehicles, that would be the type of vehicle I would buy. Work trucks, work vans, and that's it. But that's the truth. All right, guys, I hope you hit that subscribe button. I hope you like the content. I'm going to come out with some good stuff shortly here. I know this learning stuff is kind of boring. It is to me too. I kind of went away from showing you guys all the cars that I buy and sell because I just felt like that was also kind of boring. But I think what I'm noticing is a lot of people aren't showing you guys the whole deal. So I'm going to try to get into the whole deal of it. But anyway, that's more to come. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate everything you do for me. Get at me. I think it's davemoflips@gmail.com. Any questions, leave in the comments below. I read them all. I try to respond as best as I can. And let's make that money. All right, we're out.
That's my best friend.